Ohiopyle State Park. That's the Cucumber Falls right there. 209 February 9th, 2025. We're gonna hike from Cucumber Falls here to the Cucumber Rapids boulder field and inspect the water, the river height down there. The river height gets extra high right at the Cucumber Rapids boulder field, and that's because the river height gauge is upriver about a mile, and between the river gauge and where we are two major streams, and those streams pour a lot of water into the river, shooting the level of the river higher right in the Cucumber Rapids area. So the Cucumber Rapids area, when the river gets, 5, 6, 7, 8 feet, gets way more exciting. All the boulders in the Cucumber Rapids boulder field all get covered up. So we're gonna hike from Cucumber Falls here over to the Cucumber Rapids, which is downstream. The way it generally works is you have a stream that comes into the river, and then there's a whole bunch of debris and boulders right there, and then right down there where the brown is, that's the Youghiogheny River, and right to the left, and the river's flowing that way, the boulders in the river would make the rapids. So we're gonna go around, and over there on that side is what's called the Great Gorge Trail. And that section of the river from Cucumber Run, this is Cucumber Run, on down the river all the way to the next place, which is called High Bridge. That's the Great Gorge Trail. So the Great Gorge Trail starts right over here and goes all along the river, Youghiogheny River down there, all the way to High Bridge. That's the Great Gorge Trail. We're not going to take the whole trail. We're going to cut short the trail and then drop down to the Cucumber Rapids boulder field. Feb 2025, hardly anybody here. I've seen less than 20 people today. So if you're trying to get the park all to yourself, February is a good time. And all the trails are accessible. I wear my cleats when it's icy. This is Cucumber Run. Right there is the lip of the falls. That's where we just were looking at. The Great Gorge Trail does continue up to the left, and if you do take it and continue up the Great Gorge Trail, it leads up to a picnic area about a mile up that way, across the road, on up the hill. And that picnic area is reachable by car back around that way. There's a road that leads up to that picnic area. It's a spectacular picnic area. People don't appreciate how many separate little picnic areas. There's at least 30 picnic areas, so you could have 30 parties up there at one time. It's just an incredible, and each of the picnic areas are separated by 100 or 200 yards, so they just go on, they lead on for about a mile of picnic areas up there. So it's a real hidden treasure picnic area. Feel all secluded. You grab a group of people, 40, 50 people, grab a picnic area up there, and you have a big party. That'll be up at the end of Great Gorge Trail. Plus, when you're up there and you get bored with your party, you could come down here following the Great Gorge Trail from up there, and you can come down here and see Cucumber Falls. It's a bit of a hike though. You're gonna be, you know, winded when you get home. Now the other part of Great Gorge Trail goes that way, and this is the Cucumber Run stream going downhill, and it goes into the Youghiogheny River, and the Youghiogheny River goes that way. So the Great Gorge Trail goes that way along several hundred yards above the river, all the way to where you reach High Bridge. And High Bridge, I consider it number 4 in the park. If you're trying to see the big 4, High Bridge is number 4. Now High Bridge has its own parking lot too, so all the great places in Ohiopyle, like right here, is the parking lot for Cucumber Falls. High Bridge area has a big parking lot. Main Falls has a parking lot. Meadow Run Slides has a parking lot, and Cucumber Falls has a parking lot. So all the major spectacular sites here in Ohiopyle have parking lots. We're right now going to Cucumber Rapids, where the Cucumber Run goes into the Youghiogheny River, going downriver. It then goes through the rapids area, and there's a massive boulder field area down there where the professional photographers, during the main boating and kayaking season, professional photographers take your pictures of your rubber boating and kayaking, and then you can stop at the businesses in town and check and see if they caught you on their photographs. At the Cucumber Rapids boulder field is an incredible exposed rock. On it, I believe, are either fossils, plant fossils, or they're mineral, these rounded oval mineral deposits. I haven't really figured it out. We need a geologist to expertly assess what these interesting little shiny cavities are on this one particularly slanted boulder, probably about 10 feet by 7 feet the boulder is, and it's oval, rounded, with all these hundreds and hundreds of oval cavities on it. I for years have thought that they were plant fossils, but now that I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, they could be like iron or pellet oval decayed spheres, which now we can just see half of. I have a whole playlist. I call it my favorite fossil rock in Ohiopyle. We'll take a quick look at that. When the river's 8.5 feet, that's the other goal of this little hike, is to see if we can see the, I call it the favorite fossil rock, but wildlife do go on this trail that we're on here. I believe coyotes will go on this trail. Predators, nighttime predators go on this trail. I've never seen a bear, but one year, I should have videoed it more closely, was a deer that had been killed by predators. And as I was walking past it over the weeks or month, within 6 weeks, the whole thing was gone, including the skeleton. The nightlife animals just came up and ate it all the way down to the bones, and the bones are gone. Bones and skull, everything's gone. I was curious why the deer had a big hole right in its side. And then a hunter told me that the whatever the main predator was that killed it, what they like is the liver. So they ate out the liver first, and then they just leave it on the ground, and it becomes a meal for them over the weeks ahead. And then all the other little animals, forest animals, raccoons or whatever else, they come and they eat on it till eventually it's all gone. I guess you only see that if you go the same trail, go over a animal that's been killed by its predator population, and then you see it slowly get eaten away, including its skeleton. Everything was gone. Took a while, but it was about 6 weeks and it was fully gone. Even though there's no snow and ice here, these micro cleats are really good in the muddy, slippery ground. Normally, if I didn't have cleats on, I wouldn't get as good traction as I do right now. So I highly recommend these cleats. There's different kinds of cleats. Mine are the, I forget what they're called, Kahootin or K-A-H. I can't remember. I-O, I don't know what they're, Kahuta. Anyways, they got the really kind of long teeth. Sometimes they get clogged up. Other days when there's moist, damp ground like this, they don't really even get clogged up. But they give you good traction. This is the trail that leads down to the noise ahead, which is the cucumber